5 straight Saturday mornings, Ginny Maddox had played tennis at the East Side courts with Selena Graff, a classmate at Miss Bassers. Ginny openly considered Selena the biggest drip at Miss Bassers, a school ostensibly abounding with fair-sized drips. But at the same time, she had never known anyone like Selena for bringing fresh cans of tennis balls. But this business of taking a cab and dropping Selena off at her house first and getting stuck every single time for the whole fair was getting on Ginny's nerves. On the 5th Saturday, she decided to say something about it, and as Selena had no cash on hand, Ginny went with her all the way up to her family's apartment to sit on the couch and wait to be reimbursed.
Do you mind waiting here? I may have to wake up Mother and everything, you know?
Okay.
I never in my life thought you could be so small about anything. Well, now you know.
Selena went to talk to her mother, but not before taking her time and changing out of her tennis clothes.
Eric, that you? Oh, I thought it was Eric, for Christ's sake. I just cut my goddamn finger. You ever cut your finger? Like, right down to the bone and all?
Well, not right down to the bone, but I've cut it. How'd you cut it?
What?
How did you cut it?
Goddamn if I know. I was looking for something in the goddamn wastebasket and it was full of razor blades.
You Selena's brother?
Yeah, Christ. I'm bleeding to death. Stick around a while. I may need a goddamn transfusion.
Did you put anything on it?
Just some goddamn toilet paper. Stops the bleeding, like when you cut yourself shaving. Who are you? You a friend of the jerks?
We're in the same class.
Yeah? What's your name?
Virginia Mannix.
You Ginny? You Ginny Mannix?
Yes?
I know your sister. You goddamn snob.
Who is?
You heard me.
She is not a snob.
Hell, she's not.
She is not.
Hell, she's not. She's the queen. The queen of the goddamn snobs.
You don't even know my sister.
Hell, I don't.
What's her name? What's her first name?
Joan. Joan the snob.
What's she look like? What's she look like?
If she was half as good looking as she thinks she is, she'd be goddamn lucky.
She never mentioned you.
That worries me. That worries hell out of me.
Anyway. She's engaged. She's gonna be married next month.
Who to?
Nobody you know.
I pity him. Still bleeding like mad. Yeah, you think I ought to put something on it? What's good to put on it? Mercurochrome any good?
Iodine's better. Mercurichrome's no good at all for that stuff.
Why not? What's the matter with it?
It just isn't any good for that stuff, that's all. You need iodine.
Stings a lot, though, doesn't it? Like, doesn't it sting like a hell of a lot?
It stings, but it's not gonna kill you or anything.
I don't like it when it stings.
Nobody does.
Yeah.
Stop touching it.
Gija?
What?
Yeah, did you eat lunch yet?
I'll eat when I get home. My mother always has lunch ready for me when I get home.
I got a half chicken sandwich in my room. I didn't touch it or anything. You want it?
No, thank you, though.
I mean, you just played tennis for Christ's sake. Aren't you hungry?
It isn't that. My mother always has lunch ready when I get home. She goes crazy if I'm not hungry, I mean.
How about a glass of milk?
No, thank you, though.
So what's the name of this guy she's marrying?
Joan, you mean? Dick Hefner. He's a lieutenant commander in the Navy.
Big deal.
Where do you know Joan from, anyway? I never saw you around the house or anything.
Never been at your goddamn house.
Where'd you meet her, then?
Party.
A party? When?
I don't know. Christmas. 42. How about throwing me that box of matches?
Why is Joan a snob?
Why? How the hell should I know why? Because she is.
Yes. But I mean, why do you say she is?
Listen. I wrote her 8 goddamn letters. 8. She didn't answer one of them.
Maybe she was busy.
Yeah. Busy. Busy as a little goddamn beaver.
Do you have to swear so much?
Goddamn right I do.
How long do you know her for?
Long enough.
Well, I mean, didn't you ever phone her up or anything? I mean, didn't you ever phone her up?
Nah.
Well, if you didn't phone her up or anything...
Couldn't, for Christ's sake.
Why not?
Wasn't in New York.
Oh, where were you?
Me? Ohio.
Oh, were you in college?
Nope. Quit.
Oh, were you in the military?
Nope. Ticker.
Your heart, you mean? What's the matter with it?
How the hell should I know what's the matter with it? I had rheumatic fever as a kid. It's a pain in the goddamn...
Well, shouldn't you stop smoking? I mean, shouldn't you stop smoking and all? I mean, the doctor...
Uh-huh. They tell you lots of stuff.
What were you doing in Ohio?
Me? Working in a goddamn airplane factory.
Oh. Did you like it?
Did you like it? I loved it. I just adore planes. They are so cute.
How long were you there for?
I don't know, for Christ's sake. 37 months. Look at them all. Goddamn fools.
Who?
I don't know. Anybody.
Your finger will start bleeding more if you hold it down that way.
I'm going over to the goddamn draft boards. I'm gonna fight the Eskimos next.
The who?
The Eskimos. Open your ears, for Christ's sake.
Why the Eskimos?
I don't know why. How the hell should I know why? This time, all the old guys are gonna go. Guys around 60. Nobody can go unless they're around 60. Just give them shorter hours is all. Big deal.
You wouldn't have to go anyway.
I know. Do me a favor. When this guy comes, tell him I'll be a couple seconds. I just gotta shave his all, okay? You want me to hurry Selena up or anything? Does she know you're here?
Oh, she knows I'm here. I'm in no hurry. Why don't you put a Band-Aid on it? Don't you have any Band-Aid or anything?
Nah. Take it easy. Eat this. It's good.
No, really, I'm not at all.
Take it for Christ's sake. I didn't poison it or anything.
Thank you very much.
Chicken. Got it last night in a goddamn delicatessen.
It looks very good.
Well, eat it then. It's good, huh?
Very.
Well, I guess I better get dressed. Jesus. There's the bell. Take it easy.
Hello.
Hello.
Seen Franklin?
He's shaving. He told me to tell you to wait for him. He'll be right out.
Shaving. Good heavens. This has been the most horrible morning of my entire life.
What happened?
Oh, it's too long a story. I never bore people I haven't known for at least 1,000 years. But never again will I consider myself even the remotest judge of human nature. You may quote me wildly on that.
What happened?
Oh, God. This person who's been sharing my apartment for months and months and months. I don't even want to talk about him. This writer.
What'd he do?
Frankly, I'd just as soon not go into details. I've made up my mind. I'm not even going to think about it. But I'm just so furious. I mean, here's this awful little person from Altoona, Pennsylvania, or one of those places, apparently starving to death. I'm kind and decent enough, I'm the original Good Samaritan, to take him into my apartment, this absolutely microscopic little apartment that I can hardly move around in myself. I introduce him to all my friends, let him clutter up the whole apartment with his horrible manuscript papers and cigarette butts and radishes and whatnot. Introduce him to every theatrical producer in New York. Haul his filthy shirts back and forth from the laundry. And on top of it all, and the result of all my kindness and decency is that he walks out of the apartment at 5 or 6 in the morning without leaving so much as a note behind, taking with him anything and everything he can lay his filthy, dirty hands on. I don't want to talk about it, I really don't. I love your coat. It's lovely. It's the first really good camel's hair I've seen since the war. May I ask where you got it?
My mother brought it back from Nassau.
It's one of the few places you can get really good camel's hair. Was she there long?
What?
Was your mother there long? The reason I ask is my mother was down in December and part of January. Usually I go down with her, but this has been such a messy year I simply couldn't get away.
She was down in February.
Grand. Where did she stay? Do you know?
With my aunt.
May I ask your name? You're a friend of Franklin's sister, I take it.
We're in the same class.
You aren't the famous Maxine Selena's always talking about, are you?
No.
I'm dog hairs from head to foot. Mother went to Washington for the weekend and parked her beast at my apartment. It's really rather sweet, but such nasty habits. Do you have a dog?
No.
Actually, I think it's cruel to keep them in the city. I've never known that boy to be on time. We're going to see Cocteau's Beauty and the Beast. And it's the one film where you really should get there on time. If you don't, the whole charm of it is ruined. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, you must. I've seen it 8 times. It's absolutely pure genius. I've been trying to get Franklin to see it for months. During the war, we both worked at the same horrible place. And he insisted on dragging me to the most impossible pictures in the whole world. We saw gangster pictures, Western pictures, musicals.
Did you work in the airplane factory too?
God, yes. For years and years and years. Let's not talk about it, please.
You had a bad heart too?
Heavens, no. Knock wood. I have the constitution of a wild boar.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, but I had to wait for Mother to wake up. Oh, hello, Eric.
Hello, hello.
I don't want the money anyway.
What? I've been thinking. You bring the tennis balls and all the time. I forgot about that.
But you said because I didn't have to pay for them.
Walk me to the door?
Ginny said she'd call Selena later to come over sometime. She asked what her brother did and found out he was 24 and wasn't going back to college. As she left, she reached in her coat pocket and found the sandwich half. She took it out to throw away, but instead put it back into her pocket. A few years before, it had taken her 3 days to dispose of the Easter chick she had found dead on the sawdust in the bottom of her wastebasket.
There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, over land and sea. A little shy and sad of eye, but very wise.